Hey, let's do a new type of video. A top 5, actually with honorable mentions, top 10 favorite albums of 1980. I was 2 years old in 1980, but I wasn't listening to music. If I was, I don't remember it. Still, over the years, these have become my favorite albums, most listened to and favorite from 1980. Let's start with number 5, Back in Black, AC/DC. This was their seventh studio album and their first with Brian Johnson, is it? Who took over after Bon Scott passed away. Absolutely amazing album. One or two kind of lesser songs, but almost every song a classic. They came back and made a hell of a statement with Back in Black. Listen to it a lot, and we'll probably hear it many times in the future because it's just continually played all the time. And so, number 5, Back in Black. Number 4, this has grown on me over the years. I liked it when I first heard it, but Fresh Fruit for Rotting Vegetables, the debut album from the Dead Kennedys, 1980. And yeah, Kill the Poor, Forward to Death, When You Get Drafted, Let's Lynch the Landlord, Drug Me, Your Emotions, Chemical Warfare, California, Uber Alice, I Kill Children, Stealing People's Mail, Funland at the Beach, Ill in the Head, Holiday in Cambodia, and Viva Las Vegas, a nice cover to end it off. Fast, short, in your face, memorable. Dead Kennedys, 1980, my fourth favorite album from 1980. Number 3, and when I made this list, it took a little bit of figuring out, and I'm probably missing some albums that probably should be on this list. But number 3, Heaven and Hell, Black Sabbath, their first album with Ronnie James Dio. I believe it's their 8th album overall. I think they did 7 with Ozzy. And Heaven and Hell, 1980, Ozzy also had his debut solo album, which was a great album. But Heaven and Hell is number 3 on my list. Neon Nights, Children of the Sea, Lady Evil, the song Heaven and Hell, Wishing Well, Die Young, Walk Away, and Lonely is the Word. It's Black Sabbath, but it's different, obviously. It's new Black Sabbath. It's Black Sabbath with Ronnie James Dio, and I love it. So it's number 3 on my list from 1980. Number 2 actually came out in 1979, late 1979, November 1979. But it was the biggest selling album of 1980, and making number 2 on my list. It could be number 1, but number 2, Pink Floyd, The Wall. Yeah, the album's great. It's a concept album. The movie is great. You should listen to the album from start to end. If you haven't, you should watch the movie. In the Flesh, The Thin Ice, Another Brick in the Wall Part 1, The Happiest Days of Our Lives, Another Brick Part 2, Mother, Goodbye Blue Skies, Empty Spaces, Young Lust, One of My Turns, Don't Leave Me Now, Another Brick in the Wall Part 3, and Goodbye Cruel World. I don't know. There might be a weaker song in there, but the whole album's just, it's... Number 2, The Wall, Pink Floyd. So, honorable mentions then. Ozzy, Blizzard of Oz, his solo debut. And yeah, there are some all-time amazing songs on here. I believe Crazy Train, Mr. Crowley, I can't even think what's on it. Bigger songs than are on the Heaven and Hell album, but as a complete album, the Heaven and Hell Black Sabbath album, I rank higher than Blizzard of Oz. So Blizzard of Oz by Ozzy gets an honorable mention. British Steel by Judas Priest. I don't know how many albums they'd done before this. This album is just full of very stadium rock ballads, like sing along, hard rock, not even heavy metal. Their earlier stuff was better. Their later stuff was better. This was still good. I've listened to it a lot and I love it, but getting an honorable mention, British Steel. Ace of Spades by Motorhead getting an honorable mention. That's their #1 selling album. I think it's their 4th album, and it's got some great songs on it. Ace of Spades, of course, being one of them. Um, but overall, it makes my top 10, I think, but not my top 5, so it gets an honorable mention. And the last 2 honorable mentions, Peter Gabriel 3, which is a very good album. I listened to it a lot in the 80s when I was like a young kid. It had like 2 or 3 singles that were just played and are stuck in my head and I listened to. I don't know the whole album as good as I should. If I knew the whole album, I might rank it higher. It gets an honorable mention. And last but not least, hey, wow, I'm going to change one of my honorable mentions for best albums of 1980 because, well, I knew I'd left something out and I still probably am. Um, so this is a re-recording that I'm going to edit in, and for an honorable mention, 1980, released in May, Paul McCartney's McCartney 2, his second solo album, shortly before he was in the Beatles, he was in Wings, and then he started doing solo albums, and this is his second one. It's got some great songs on it that I really like, and I've listened to this album a heck of a lot. It's kind of weird, kind of experimental, I don't know, kind of different, especially when you consider he did all the instruments himself. My #1 album of 1980, Iron Maiden, debut Iron Maiden. They'd been in some bands before, but they were young guys. Prowler, Remember Tomorrow, Running Free, Phantom of the Opera, Transylvania, Strange World, Charlotte the Harlot, Sanctuary on the US release, and Iron Maiden. Transylvania is an instrumental and amazing, and as I said, these guys were in bands before, but they were still very young, and this music is just spot on, note for note, perfectly played. It's got a bit of punk, it's new wave British heavy metal. Iron Maiden would go on to be much bigger, and well, it's their debut album. Of course, they would go on to be bigger because they would just grow in fame. But I really think their first 2 albums are kind of their best. And so, #1 on my list of top 1980 albums, Iron Maiden. Thanks for watching. Back in Black, Fresh Fruit for Rotting Vegetables, Heaven and Hell, The Wall, and Iron Maiden. Dragon Chaser Kev.